Hello everyone, my name is Hassan Al-Faraj, and today I'll be reflecting on Fresa e Chocolate, a really powerful Cuban film that challenged my understanding of identity, culture, and satisfaction. This isn't just a historical analysis, it's about how I got connected emotionally with the character Diego, and how he represents deeper themes like popular culture, imagined communities, and resistance against cultural hegemony. The character Diego deeply resonated with me, not simply because of his sexual orientation or artistic lifestyle, but because of his courage. In a world where being different is dangerous, Diego refuses to hide who he is. That defiance reminded me of times when I had to stand up for what I believe, even if it felt like the whole was against me. In Cuba's social society, Diego embodies resistance. He is educated, cultured, and open-minded, everything that challenges the rigid state ideology. According to Judith Butler's gender performance, identity is not something we are born with, but something we perform. Diego's expression of gender and sexuality doesn't align with Cuban norms, yet. His performance is not fake, it's authentic. It's a rebellion through being. Foucault's concept of power and discourse helps us understand how Cuban society controls individuals through accepted norms and language. The regime defines what is normal, and Diego disrupts that narrative. He challenges the dominant discourse not with violence, but with poetry and art and wit. That makes him dangerous to the state. Diego is also a representation of what Stuart Hall would call popular culture. He is both a consumer and creator of culture, but outside the mainstream. His way of life offers an alternative to the dominant values promoted by the Cuban government, and that's powerful. Benedict Anderson's Imagined Communities reminds us that nations are built through shared stories and symbols. In Diego's Cuba, the national identity is defined through revolution and uniformity. But Diego introduces another vision, one that's colorful, diverse, and plural. He imagines community that includes people like him, and that made me think, what kind of community do I imagine for myself? And finally, using Gramsci's idea of cultural hegemony, Diego represents a counter-hegemonic force. The Cuban state tries to dominate cultural expression, but Diego resists through knowledge and art. He is a living example of how culture can be used to push back against power. Thanks for watching, and this film and Diego's story will stay with me for a long time.